Hey, what's up guys? I've decided to do a little challenge run in Warcraft 2. We're gonna start with the Tides of Darkness Ore campaign, and all we're gonna build are worker and every building that comes with them, plus transports and oil tanker for water travel. Everything else gets killed at the beginning. The only exceptions are a few missions. We don't start with a base, but after securing the first gold mine, we get rid of everything that's not a peon. And combat ships will only be built to destroy all platforms at the end of the mission. Alright, let's jump into it. I think the first mission is pretty straightforward. We just build some stuff and then we win. So let's just skip it real quick. Mission 2 is very simple. We get rid of our grunts, build a group of super soldiers, and kill everything that stands in our way. After that we rescue our boy Zul'jin and return him home to safety. Mission 3 was kinda awkward, since I can't build guard tower yet to destroy the enemy ships. So here's a picture of my cat to distract you. Oh look, we won, cool! On to mission 4. As usual, we start by getting rid of our combat units. I do keep the destroyer though, so I don't have to make a new one later on. We build up our economy, get a shipyard, and start pulling some enemy ships into our tower. Well, or so I thought. Guess I have to practice that a bit more. After I manage to get rid of some destroyer, I start making my way over to the enemy island with a group of peons. Luckily, there's enough space for me to build up some tower without pulling all of the enemy units. And the few units that do come to attack me lose to our superior combat tactics. Now that we have some tower up, we can slowly advance, build more tower into the enemy base, and kill off everything. They do start a little counterattack, but we are prepared for that, of course. After we killed the enemy base, we're gonna send some destroyer up to the top right to kill the oil platform. Well, here we go. First mission where we use some units. To the south is a small human base. We kill it, and then relieve our units from the burden of manslaughter. We start building up our economy, and they actually attack us a few times before we send out our first group of peons, but we have enough tower to deal with it. After reaching the enemy island, we start building some tower and kill the few units that stand in our way. There are quite a few ships on this map, but once we have dealt with them, we get our own ships and get rid of the oil platform. In the next mission, we don't have any peons, so we skip it. Which brings us to mission 7. We start with a couple of units again and have to fight our way through to the first gold mine. I was gonna keep our destroyer and transports from the beginning, but they attacked us with 3 ships, so I just decided to let them go. After building up our defenses and economy, we sent out our first peons to find a proper landing spot, and after a little hiccup, we get the first tower down. After securing our expansion, we bring more worker up, build more tower, and remove some trees to open up the way into the enemy base. This was actually the first mission where the enemy had some proper defenses and a decent amount of units. Well, maybe not a lot of defenses, but they had a lot of units. But now they're all dead, and we can build more towers into the enemy base and start killing off everything. Now I wish it wasn't so, but I could not find the last ship, so I had to use on screen and destroy it in my anger with 2 destroyers. I guess the run failed. GG, we're done. Anyways, next mission. Now I was actually a bit worried about this, because this is the first mission where they have a small island in the middle full of cannon tower. Now I wasn't worried about the main island, because that's a joke, we killed that in no time. But now we had to kill an island full of cannon tower and a bunch of units with peons, so that could be tricky. But yeah, first things first, we're gonna clear the main island to secure an additional gold mine and hopefully to stop them getting the paladin upgrade before we go onto the island in the middle. Actually, I don't care too much about the paladins, I just don't want them to have heal. Since we are busy here for a while, I'm gonna start sending the first peons to the middle to deal the first damage on some cannon tower. But I'm not sure from which angle to attack, so I try out a few different ones. And the southern part of the island seems to be the best spot to attack, so we keep sending peons until we kill everything there. Thankfully, we have a lot of gold. Meanwhile, the humans actually start a little counter-offensive, but we managed to pull them into the tower and kill them off. They also never got heal, which is nice. Now, while I was very worried at the beginning that this mission might take a long time, it actually was easier than expected. I think I finished this one on the first try and it didn't even take that long. I still had a lot of money left when we actually finished the mission. For some reason, I thought I could build a main here in the middle to distract the cannon tower to kill them easier, but it doesn't actually work. The cannon tower will still focus my peons as soon as they're in range. And on top of that, I actually captured the runestone by accident and the cannon tower started attacking it, so I added some nice time pressure to myself. But we do manage to kill everything in time, build some towers and kill the enemy castle. Which brings us to mission 9, which was probably the hardest one. I actually finished every other mission before coming back to this one. Again, our objective is on a small island, which is heavily defended. Breaking this one will be way harder, or so I thought, but we will get to that later. So we start by building a second town hall, some tower, and quickly get our first transport ship. Our first objective is to secure the enemy gold mine. We approach from the bottom right, killing the first ballista and the right cannon tower, which allows us to get our own tower up. We just have to open the knights come to ruin our day. Well, never mind. But for some reason he left us alone after running in circles for a bit. Time to start working on the next cannon tower. But we couldn't kill it in time since another knight showed up. And unfortunately they repaired it back to full HP before I can finish it off. On top of that, a ballista showed up and started killing our tower. But we managed to arrive in time and kill off the tower and the ballista. After that, I quickly hit some more tower up and kill off the next ballista before it can deal too much damage. And this is the time when I actually realized that I can repair tower from a certain angle and not get hit by the enemy cannon tower. So we can start killing cannon tower with cannon tower. That's gonna make things a lot easier. As you can see there, we grab our second gold mine and protect our main base from enemy assaults. And yes, they heal for quite a while now. We need to hurry up and stop him from mining our gold. So we quickly advance towards his gold mine and kill all his workers. I even start walling the gold mine off with farms to stop him from mining, but that might have cost us more than what we gained from it. The good news is the gold mine still has about 80,000 gold, so we have about 100,000 and a little bit to work with. Now I'm not gonna show all the peons that I sent over to the island that died, but I think altogether I probably used about 200,000 gold worth of peons that died on that island before I realized something. The main problem here are the knights, because the knights always heal each other, and my peons could never deal enough damage for them to be out of mana. So after sacrificing hundreds of peons, I finally saw it. There's one spot where we can build a cannon tower that can shoot over to the other island. After realizing that, the mission became a lot easier. All we have to do is pull the knights in range of the cannon tower, kill off the knights, and then finish off the rest of the peons. We can start building the fortress in the top right corner without having to kill all the cannon tower. Add a shipyard on top of it, and we win the mission. In mission 10, we start without a base again, but we quickly blow up some rocks, kill some footmen to the right, and secure our first gold mine. We also witness some of the juiciest Zappa explosions I've ever seen. We get some tower up and start pulling the first units towards them. After we have cleared the way to the next gold mine, we build up our expansion. Something I noticed was the unusual amount of ballistas coming my way in this mission. It felt like I've killed more ballistas in this mission than all other missions combined. Luckily, our peons can deal with them without a problem. At least when they are left alone and the knights don't ruin the fun again. But they always ruin the fun. Stupid knights. After defending ourselves from the waves of ballistas, we start planning our assault into the enemy base from the right side. We just remove some of the walls and walk inside. Since we pulled away most of the units already, the defenses are pretty low, and we can walk pretty much straight to the gold mine. Once we get towers up there, we should have no more problem finishing off everything else. The only issue that we could have is that the enemy cannon tower are covering each other against melee attacks, and we don't actually have that much money compared to other missions. Thankfully, we don't need to use peons anymore. We just build our own tower and kill them off one by one. After we cleared everything off the main island, we start making some ships to kill off the old platforms and finish the mission. Mission 11. While editing this, I actually realized that I used a zapper here to kill the enemy units that pretty much spawn in our base. Whoopsies. Let me just do that again real quick and we all pretend that's how I did it in the first place. Okay, cool. With that out of the way, let's talk about the mission. In our main base, we built some tower to the left, since that is the place where they're gonna attack us. They never attack anywhere else. Other than the main base, the map is pretty empty, except for a few archer groups, but we can kill them very easy with our peons. We grab 2 of the 3 gold mines for now and go to the bottom right. That's where we start our attack. We gather a bunch of peons and kill the first blockade. After that, we start building up tower. There's just one problem. They start using mages. Constant firebolts and blizzard make my life a bit harder. They even use flame shield on my peons sometimes, lol. But we are lucky. For some reason they keep running into my tower and die, so there's never too many mages alive at the same time. And since this is my second attempt at the map, I know what's coming. Previously, I ran out of gold because it took too long to secure the gold mine next to the base, so it was pretty much empty by the time I got there. But this time we get the full gold mine to ourselves. I think it was about 70k, and we need that money. They actually managed to keep me at bay for quite a while, but I slowly worked my way closer to the base, and after a lot of lost peons in tower, we managed to get through. Once I get the first few tower up between the castle and gold mine, the game is pretty much won. We grab a lot of peons and kill all the remaining units across the map. Mission 12. The only mission we have to do with Bloodlust, but at the same time, not really. We grab some ogres to secure our first gold mine, build a lumber mill and quickly make our way over to the enemy island. Since this gold mine is very poorly defended, we can kill him with just one drop of peons and some guard tower. Luckily, we start with transport ships. After that, we just kill the other guy's cannon tower and build some guard tower in his peon line. Now we have a lot of gold to spend and the enemy has no more reinforcements coming. If you know how to do it, this mission is very easy. Took me a few tries still to realize that. It was pretty funny though to see all the ships gathered around my fortress. Another special thing about this mission though is that I had to build a zapper. But while recording this I actually just realized that we start with zappers, so I could have just left one alive and then use it. But yeah, we do have to blow up the mountain to kill the heroes and the Temple of the Damned in the middle. Besides that, we just clear up all of the map and yeah, that's it. There's not much to this map really. Kinda disappointing now that I think about it. Oh yeah, and I had to make a Zeppelin and some Juggernauts to kill some submarines that were hiding from the side of my cannon tower. Mission 30 was a fun one. We have a good amount of money and I'm already looking forward to the constant slow, blizzard and hack spam. After building up our base, we make our way towards their first defenses. We pull them into our tower and clear the rest of our peons. And as we can see here, the enemy AI already having a lot of fun with blizzard and fireballs. But that does not stop our brave peon warriors, who rush straight into danger to kill the enemy cannon towers, opening up the path for us to build towers inside enemy territory. It actually took me quite a while to gain some ground here, and after a failed attempt or two in this mission, I realized that I also should hurry up, cause I really need that gold mine from the enemy AI. Even in the winning attempt, I actually ran pretty low on money. I actually really like this fight, so I'm just gonna shut up for a minute and let you guys watch it. I was actually considering to leave the build-up included since there was a lot of blizzard going on, but it would be a bit too long and watching tower die to blizzard is not the most exciting thing here either. But yeah, now with the main army dead, we can walk straight up to his gold mine and build some tower there. With that, the mission is won, right? Unfortunately, there's a lot of tower left, so the only thing I have to worry about is running out of gold. But I do manage to kill everything. The only problem is that there are submarines, and I can't be bothered with them. So from the 8k gold I have left, I build a dragon and kill them all, which leaves us at 5.2k gold, a bit too close to zero if you ask me. The final mission is a joke. We just set up some defenses at the north of our island, build 3 transport ships, load them with peons and start attacking. The only defense they have is some ballista, which we easily kill. They have some more knights to the side, but we don't bother with them for now. I tried to run straight into the base, but unfortunately there are some griffins about. Without them, I think I could have killed him with the first wave of peons. But no problem. We bring the next wave and kill those knights to the right. Since they are from blue and blue has no base, he has no upgrades for them, so even our peons can deal with them. After that, we build a main to reinforce our peons on the island and build tower for defenses. Since they don't really have much on the island, we can advance rather quickly. I do overextend once, but we managed to kill him off right after that. Now that white has no more income, and we just secured ourselves a 200,000 gold mine, we are pretty much done here. Not to mention that we are swimming in gold already from our own mines. So after building some tower on the coast to kill the ships, and getting some ships ourselves to kill the oil platforms, we win. So yeah, that was actually the first time I was doing a video like this, so let me know if you liked it, and if not, let me know why. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys around.